Alright, get some ice packs, my lunch, and then grab a few waters and a few Gatorades. My awesome wife got me a lunch all packed and ready to rock and roll. Got some drinks. I'm gonna get out of here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to day 3. Alright, so let's tear into the carburetor area, fuel supply area of the pony motor. We're going to jump right in. I did bring some of Old Red's parts today. So this is the sediment bowl for the No.6 here. This is the sediment bowl from Old Red's pony motor. And I brought Old Red's pony motor gas tank. I actually brought the carburetor off it. I don't know if it's the same or not. I brought some fuel caps so we can try them, see if we can figure out one that's going to vent for us. These are like some brushes, points condenser, etc. I don't think we need that, but I brought it anyway. And then I've got a carburetor kit for Old Red's pony motor, some rubber stuff to maybe make a gasket, some switches. I was thinking it was wired wrong. I actually don't think it's wired wrong. So the on or off is you're turning on or off the ground, I guess. And so I don't know. Maybe you guys know a little bit more about how that works. And I also have a set of fuel filters. Don't know if they're going to fit this machine or not, but I brought them. I also brought some other oil filters, hydraulic and oil. Also don't know if they're going to fit this machine or not, but I had them for Old Red, so I figured I'd bring them. So let's jump right up in there and start working on getting to the carburetor on the pony motor. Alright, we're going to get this tank out of the way again. Right this second, we're going to set this here. And avoid taking it all the way off. Alright, we're going to get the starter out of the way. I actually don't think I need to take these bolts out. I'm going to put those back in so they're exactly where they were. I think I've loosened this big nut, or this big bolt over here. Right down there. And that will give me a ability to pull this starter that way and leave this collar here. We'll find out. There we go. It's hitting this back frame here. Maybe this has to be loosened to twist. I guess that does come off with it. Great. How far do I want to take this? Debating on hooking into the fuel line directly, putting an external tank in there, and just trying the carburetor as it is, because the more I tear this apart, the more chances something goes wrong. Plus, we don't know if that carburetor is good. It's probably not, but I don't know. It's kind of like Murphy's Law here. If we don't go in the carburetor now, then we're going to have problems with it. So, but if we do, the carburetor will be perfectly clean and won't need any issue or any work at all. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get this bracket off, get the starter kind of out of the way, and at least take the air intake off and see how the butterflies look and go from there. So to remove it, you loosen this. And then this should come down. That's our oil bath. It's right where it should be. That's a great sign. So hopefully that'll snake up and out. Try not to damage this oil line. This is probably for an oil gauge, I'm guessing. Alright, let's try and see if this will come off. There we go. Alright. There, we snake that out of there. Alright, so there's our carburetor. And honestly, it looks really clean. I think what we'll do is we'll clean off, we'll take that top of that bowl off, look in there, and then, I don't know, maybe give it some spray. But so far so good. The levers over here, this one is the choke. The top one will be the choke, and the bottom one is throttle, and it's essentially attached to the governor, which is this mechanism right here. So right there's the governor, and so it, as the engine speeds up, will control the lower butterfly, which is right down there, and that lower butterfly is what adjusts the RPMs when the engine gets going fast enough. This one's needs a little bit of lubrication, so we'll probably lube all that up. And there's your choke. See what I say when I mean butterfly, I mean literally it's this flat plate that flaps like a butterfly wing, and that's kind of why it's called what it's called. So that is your butterfly, and so that'll be choke. Pulling out is choke, and I believe pulling out is full throttle too, or maybe it's in. I don't know. I can't remember. There's a hole in that pony motor exhaust right there. That's not a good thing. So that's going to be louder because of that. Just noticed it. Other than that, it just looks dirty. I mean, I think that it's been well maintained. So let's get into that bowl and see what we find there. Alright, now we won't get dirt, at least all that much dirt in there. That one's loose. That one's loose. Awesome. Great sign when flatheads are loose, because flatheads get all messed up. And really, you see the tops of these flatheads, they're in very good shape. A lot of times, if they've been in and out, people have been in and out of this carburetor a lot, the flatheads get all wallowed out. They get edges that are damaged. People didn't use the right size flathead, and they ruined the opening or whatever. So to see that these, number one, they're all loose, but also not all wallowed out is a great sign too. Alright, here's the top of the carburetor. Now, there's some dust in there, but it's dry. There's our float. Yeah, it's not all gummed up. Take a better look at this outside of the machine. Alright, you can see down in the bowl there's some dust, but it's not all corroded or anything. I think I'm gonna try and blow some of it out. Just with whatever left air in this. Let's get this wire brush. It's already looking a lot better. Alright. That gasket even looks reusable. There might be a gasket in that carb kit, but for now we're going to use this one. There we go. So, big thing I want to know, does the float, does the needle work? Looks like it's a little sticky, but so if the float is down like that, this is the float. It literally floats. Floats down like that, and I blow in this hole. You can hear air. Now, if we flip it up, the way the needle works, once this floats up, it pushes a needle, which shuts off the passage for fuel to come into the carburetor. Good. Alright, that's working. It's a little bit gummy, so I think I'm gonna just clean it a little bit with some brake cleaner. That needle is actually sticking up, so we're gonna actually pull it out. Alright, so I'm thinking tap it this way. There we go. This little pin will come out. Should. Alright, here. That pin holds the float on. And there's our float. And then this is the needle, right here. So it has a little rubber tip that is what does the sealing up in there, and it actually looks really clean. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of clean the inside of the bore where it seats and then put it all back together, because I really don't see any issues with this at all. I'm not going to mess with the jets, or I'll probably spray that out, or this needle here. I'm not going to mess with anything else. I'm going to put it back together and we're going to try it. It looks too good and I don't want to mess it up. So let's do a little wire brushing, a little carb cleaning, a little putting back together. Alright, got the float all cleaned up, got that needle going in and out nicely. Top of the carburetor looks good. So let's pop it back on and go from there. I'm very happy with what we're getting out of this and the results and the way everything's looking, so good signs. One trick that I use in these old gaskets when you're going to reuse them is to take some marine grease or just multi-purpose grease and just kind of coat the gasket in it, give it a little bit more pliability, kind of softens it up some, helps it to seal better, you know, and maybe gives it a better chance to actually be able to be reused. I try not to make it too much, and then I'll wipe it down with a rag, put it back on. You don't want to contaminate the, I guess, whatever you're sealing, especially a carburetor like this, but this thing was pretty hard, and so just bring it back around like that. And if it leaks, we'll deal with it then. Just kind of wipe a little bit off, so there's not on the inside of it too much. And we'll take it and put it back where it was. Just like that. The other thing this will do is it'll make it so that it'll release nicely next time. Now, it released nicely this time, but that may be because somebody put some grease on it before. So somebody suggested draining the pony motor's oil, even though it looks good. And I totally agree with it. It is one single quart is all it takes. I'm looking for the oil drain. I think it might be this right here. So let's crack that loose and see if that is it. Maybe it looks like it should be. Might be blocked. Let's maybe take it off right here. Alright, I need a catch pan that's going to be able to fit down there. I found this jug on the ground. I'll try this out. Yep, there's our oil. So that's the pony motor's oil. I'm guessing this was probably stopped up with sludge. So let's get this thing cleaned out too. Let that drain. Another bigger pan down below just in case this happened, because I didn't quite know if we were going to catch it all this way. So I think for now I'm going to let that kind of drain out, try and get anything else out of there. I might throw a quart of I've got some crappy oil. We'll throw a quart of that through it, drain it out, and then put the proper amount in. I might need to make a new gasket. I have some gasket paper with me. Yeah, there's just like sludge. So if I take this, run this wire through it, and I pull out a bunch of that sludgy crap. Which, even though it's not good, I've seen so much worse. So this gasket got ripped. We're gonna tap out a new one real quick. The way we tap out a gasket, you literally take a piece of gasket paper that is going to fit the top, put it over it, take a ball peen hammer, tap around the edges, and it will literally cut right to the shape you need. So I am going to cut this off square here because I'm holding it. I'll go like that. I'm going to tap the holes. So now, because this is just kind of a small one, I'm going to basically just kind of cut the inside out. Something like that. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but you know, out in the field, that's how I make gaskets. Just like that. We'll put some grease on both sides of it. Slap it on there. Alright, I'm gonna pour a quart of oil down through there and we're gonna let that drain out. That should get any of the additional sludge, hopefully bring some of the additional bad particulates out of there. And then we'll put the drain tube back on and fill it up with oil. All right, there's our new gasket we made. All right, so I got the starter off here for the pony motor, and it doesn't want to retract. So we're gonna try and get this freed up so that it goes back. I think that's the growling I'm hearing when the starter, it's not shoving itself back. All right, so this is the oil bath air cleaner for the pony motor. There's our air cleaner. It's got directions on how to use it. We're going to get this thing cleaned up. We're going to replace the oil in the oil bath, which doesn't look too bad. It's actually pretty dang clean, but we're already in here. And then we're going to do a little cleaning on this to kind of clean it up, get some of the soot off, and then we'll go right back to throwing that back in. Alright, got the oil bath cleaner for the pony motor, full of oil. Put that in there. Alright, this is the sediment bowl from Old Red on his pony motor, and this is the little O-ring, and they're identical. And so obviously this one's brass, somebody probably made this. The other one was glass, so you can see it, but I know this one seals, so I've got the O-ring out of it. We're going to put that here in the little water separator right there, and then we're going to give this gas cap a chance because it's actually got a vent that, unlike the other one, has gotten plugged or something. So we'll try that out. Hopefully we should have fuel here in a second. Well, the brass one didn't fit in there, so glass one it is. Maybe it's not fitting because I think I've got an O-ring in there. So here's the cap we're going to try. I think the vent on this cap is bad. Try that one for now. If it doesn't work, we'll go no cap because I really don't care right now. Alright, now I got the glass bowl back on with the seal from Old Red's to turn the fuel on. Looks a little murky. And It's leaking on me a little bit. Let's try it though. Where is it leaking though? It's actually leaking out of the shutoff. And for right this second, we're going to let it drip because I want to try it. I think we've got fuel there, but the solenoid's not working right, the button's not working, so got the lonely man's trigger. Alright, here we go. We're gonna go half choke, half throttle maybe. Awesome! Yes! That sounds good. It's loud as heck. And it's already starting to burn off all kinds of wonderfulness on the top of the pony motor, but whatever. Sweet! Cool. Well, next up I need to make sure there's coolant in it because obviously well, maybe not obvious to you, but the diesel shares coolant with the pony motor. And so when I looked in the tank on the diesel here, I couldn't see anything. So let's put something in here. So this is just concentrated Oh, I think we already had coolant in it. Sweet. Well, let's try and get a half gallon of water in there too. Yeah, I can see it starting to puddle up there. I'm going to try and get the 2 gallons all the way in there. Alright, let's try it again. Got the coolant in there. I think it had plenty, but we topped it off, so let's try half and half again. Let me grab that positive. Alright. This one has a sweet spot right at about half and half. spark, maybe? I bet we might have lost spark. No, we didn't lose spark. Alright, put some more gas in it. Try it now. Oh. All right, so I was talking to Matt, who lives, well, he doesn't live here, but he works here at the farm. It's his family's farm. And he was telling me he thinks that he knows where the side shields are. Yep, there's one of the side shields right there. I'm betting it's triangular shaped. Sweet. Awesome. Well, there's one. And you think they're possibly in here?
Yeah, down here, I think.
Alright, let's go look. Yeah, this machine's in too good a shape for it to be, for parts to be missing. Somebody was taking care of it. What do you think?
I think they're over here somewhere.
Oh, there's something yellow. Oh, check that out. There's the side cover. Awesome. Oh, what's it? Oh, that's the rear toolbox. No way. Sweet. Yeah. There's the side cover. Oh, and we even got the dash. I think that's what this is. Oh, no, that's a... I don't know what that is. Wonder... That might not go to it. That's aluminum.
Yeah, this is the dash piece, because it's
Oh yeah.
that'd be where the gas cap is for the
Oh
pony
yeah,
motor.
yeah, you're right. That's aluminum.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting that that's aluminum. Well, all right, and here's the... I only knew that it had a toolbox on the rear because of a picture that I have that it's from... I'll have to show it to you. It's from when they were building Manhattan. There's a 19... I don't know. And in my shop, I've got it up on the wall, and it basically has this rear toolbox. I didn't realize it was an entire cover, but I was like, are those manuals? Nope, just cardboard. But man, look at that. There's no rust in there. Wow, probably because it's been sitting in the barn. Sweet. There's that. And here's something else yellow. I don't know what that piece is. Awesome. Sweet. It is complete.
Yeah, I think he's even got some teeth for
Oh,
the bucket.
teeth too? Oh, I was wondering about that. I saw that one of the last videos I mentioned that. There's some rippers. Oh yeah, there they are. Awesome, look at that. There they are. Yeah, that's sweet. Awesome. I can't believe they're here. It's like finding all the parts for Old Red. It was just as exciting. Since we got the pony motor going, let's check a few things before we start the diesel. One of them being the air filter, so we can make sure we don't have any mice. No, there's no dead mice in here. I've seen that before. So there's the oil bath. That's air goes through that. And then honestly it looks dirty but clean enough. So is this like a pre-filter or something? I mean, I'm assuming because maybe it creates like a little vacuum in there and then it sucks any dust into this bowl. Because look at this. It is literally full of dust up to there. Let's dump it out. Oh yeah. It's all fine dust too, so it kind of makes me believe it does create like a little vacuum in there, or a little tornado. Kind of sucks it into the bowl, and then maybe the chunkier stuff goes down through the filters. Kind of a pre-filter maybe. It's plastic too. Well, now we got a couple more inches to fill up. Alright, so this is the inside of basically the element, the filament, or I guess you'd call it the element, that is the pre-filter to, it looks like there's another one. Not sure how that one comes out, but these screens are layered, and this is the bottom or top?
Bottom.
This would be the bottom. So I'm going to take some brake cleaner, clean that up, kind of get it as clean as we can. Obviously with the oil bath, you don't have to have it as filtered as you would with no oil. The oil actually takes a lot of the sediment out of the air. So I'm draining the oil out of here, and we're going to put new oil in it, put it all back together, and be good enough to run it for now. Alright, so here's the bottom of the oil bath air cleaner. I found mice in these before, and bugs, but check out that spider right there. It's a complete spider, all its legs, and it just literally died right there. So there's probably about a ½ inch in there, maybe a ¼ inch of gunk in there. Get all that cleaned out. And we're getting all the screens put back in, and we're gonna throw that back together and throw it in. All right, got brand new oil in the oil bath. I'm gonna put that right back on. Look at that, even tightens up by hand. And there's the instructions. Danger first. Do not get on or off machine. Moving machine. Be careful. Coupling to drawbar. Alright, so right there, that's the pony motor's clutch. There's no oil in it at all. So before we ruin it, get some oil in there. There is the engine badge right here. And it says that it is a 10A 415. And I wasn't quite sure if it was 10A 415 or 10A 1415. And I'll show you why. So that's on the side of the motor behind the magneto. I literally just uncovered it when we were doing when we were putting oil in the pony motor's clutch. Because back here, if you come back here and you look at the badge on the back of the transmission, it's been damaged and all you can read is 415. So I didn't know if there was a 1 before that 4 or if it was literally just a 10A 415. So now we know for sure it's a number 415th Caterpillar No.6 shovel ever built. Alright, so I drained the governor and the injection pump housing, and so we're going to put some new oil in there. It did not smell like fuel, but it did smell old. So I'm just going to put oil in this until it comes out. You can see it filling up. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Alright, you can see the oil's right there. Put the cap back on. Check it out. They even had a bunch of wrenches that were specific to that track loader. Oh, I'm so excited about these teeth. Big old monster teeth shank. Actually, no, these are teeth. They're not even just the shanks. Interesting. That one's got a removable tooth. So does that one. Maybe that is the shank and it's just missing the teeth. The actual wearable teeth. These go to one of the other machines. Can you guess what it is? So I'm driving back over here, and the guy walks out of the barn and says, "Hey, found you the back of the seat for that tractor." And I was like, "What? Are you kidding me? We even have the original back to the seat. Are you kidding?" So I didn't think there's a chance in the world of finding this. Amazing, amazing. And we found this plate. Don't quite know what it goes to, but it is cat yellow. There's the back and the toolbox. Any ideas what these go to? I don't know if they go to the cat or if they go to a different cat. But this has one of those cat little hood latches, just like the hood of that one. Not quite sure what it is. And this is a heavier plate. It's almost like 1/4 inch steel thick. But yeah, let me know if you know what those go to. Day 3. Very successful day. Not only did we get the pony motor running and absolutely barking off like a champ, got a bunch clean, got a bunch of fluids changed. Look at this. Every single piece of this tractor is here. I don't think there's anything missing at all. Maybe one of these tooth shanks, and there are teeth that go on these. That's a tooth, that one's just. So 1, 2, or no, 1, 2, 3 of them have it. The other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 don't have teeth. There are locations for 9 teeth, so we might be missing 1 tooth shank and 5 teeth. They're wear items. They're probably purchasable. If you've got any laying around that you want to get rid of, let me know. But whatever, at the end of the day, maybe only 8 of them fit on it. I don't know. I do know we've got both side covers. We've got the rear toolbox with that mount. We have the front dash. We have the rear leather seat. I guess the only other thing I can think of is one of the armrests is missing. Whatever. This machine has every single piece here. So, including wrenches. I don't know. Did old cats come with wrenches? Do you have them? I don't know, man. I'm excited. I can't wait. So tomorrow, we're starting the diesel. That thing is coming back to life. At least that's the goal. We'll see. I'm betting it's going to bark right off. But who knows? Maybe the diesel fuel line is all plugged. Maybe the tank has got, you know, that algae stuff that builds up in old diesel tanks. I don't know. We'll find out what tomorrow brings tomorrow. But for today, that little pony motor is purring like a kitten. And so I couldn't be more happier, because that is the more difficult motor to get started. That's the more difficult motor to tune, because they're old and it's a small gasoline engine and they're abused. So we're very, very happy that it's running well. Happy that we got that tuned in, and I didn't really have to do much with the carburetor. So big thanks to Matt for his help today and help finding all this. We'll see what tomorrow brings, but for today, that's what I got for you. Thanks as always. I truly appreciate it. If you have suggestions, leave them in the comments. I don't say this often, but please subscribe. It's free for you, and it truly does help the channel. If you like this kind of content, I would appreciate it. So, y'all have a great one, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a good night.